Are we live? Are we live? It says we're live.
Are you sure?
That I'm not sure of. Okay, I see me on YouTube, so I assume that we're live and we're recording, and this is great. Anyway,
You've been streaming for 3.5 hours.
yeah, I did earlier actually. So this is our new podcast. We'll put in air quotes there. Uh, we're calling it. What are we calling it? I already forgot the name.
I gotta look it up. Hold on, let me scroll.
Uh,
Kind of a big dill.
Yes, we are both kind of a big deal, and this is a big deal, and I guess we're gonna focus on our weight loss journey as me, Joe, with my friend here, Jameson. Say hi to the millions of
Hello,
fans.
hello, millions of fans.
So, basically, I want to start out by saying like one of the main reasons we're doing this is because we went to Las Vegas last November, and we had a ton of fun. But by the like fourth day or third day, both of us were just like in a ton of pain and sore, and like I want to lose weight if we come back here because all the walking around you do in Vegas just kind of isn't enjoyable when you're as heavy as I am. And yeah, I mean, is that
Um,
kind of why you decided to do this too, or what was the
yeah,
main?
yeah, it was Vegas. You walk around. We got done with day one and we were exhausted, and
Right,
all we did was like walk through the airport and then through Caesar's Palace for a bit,
right.
which with backpacks. So for most people, it shouldn't be that difficult, but good lord. Like I could have just gone to sleep by the time we got there, and then we had an entire full day ahead of us because we flew in at like what, 5 a.m.
What
So
that's when we landed, right? Or
I think we left Detroit at
well,
5.
yeah,
I
we
think we
left at
got there
five
around 7.
and we landed at 6 their time or whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, Vegas and a friendly competition because I don't know. I don't like doing any of this stuff on my own because it's a lot easier just to be like, oh, I'll just make an exception, or oh, I can just cheat this one day.
Right.
But when you have a spreadsheet like we do,
Mhm.
it's like, oh man, I don't want to post a big gain on there because he's gonna have a big loss. So I don't want to be the loser, so to speak.
Yeah. So we are not doctors. We are not giving any advice. I mean, other than what's worked for us. So take please just use that as a disclaimer right up front. And we are on day 48, I believe. Looking at the sheet right now.
48? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we
I gotta pull up a sheet. That's nuts.
yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out my camera a little bit here. And part of the reason I'm doing this too is I want to have a record of what I look like. Like this is how fat I am right now. And yeah, definitely let myself go. There, I see you on the sheet now. So yeah, here is Jameson and here is me. And you can see like I outweighed him by 101, well, 100 pounds essentially. And
Yep.
yeah, so we decided that we were going to weigh in every single day. And honestly, that has been insanely good for me because when I weigh in weekly and keep track like on my own private spreadsheet, like you said before, if no one else is looking at it, I'm not worried about like posting a bad number. But then the second part of this is like if I weigh in weekly, I think I have all this time that I can have this cheat meal because I don't have to wait until 4 days from now, so I'll be able to lose it. And then by the time you get there, you had 3 cheat days in a row, and this forces you to weigh in every single day, put your number down, and see, man, I screwed up, or I did really good. So it's been solid for me. Like right away, just like cutting way back on sugar. Actually, why don't you start out by saying like what your main diet is?
I mean, honestly, it mostly consists of. I mean, right now I have a protein drink in the morning for breakfast, and then take those multivitamins. Lunch is like a meal replacement bar and a yogurt. And then dinner, typically I'll do some chicken-based meal just because it's high in protein. Low in all the other bad things that you don't want, or I'll do like eggs and sausage, or some kind of a chicken wrap, and like a tortilla with some cheese and grilled chicken. Those type of things are where I typically lean to for dinner because you can get a ton of fullness when you eat that, and then you're not like going to bed hungry or waking up like hungry in the middle of the night. So, it holds you down pretty good. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty average day. I mean, the weekends I probably eat more just because I'm, doing stuff around the house or doing yard work and stuff. So
We have more
I'll add
access
in
to
like
food on the
snacks and
weekends.
stuff. Yeah, and I'll do like a snack stick and cheese, or I've got these the heck are they? This is not an ad. There was some like Facebook deal for a Paleo Valley beef stick, and they're only like 70 calories, but they have like a crap load of protein, and they're good. I like jerky and meat for snacks. So yeah, that's
And
about what I've been working on.
the most important snack,
Pickles.
pickles, dill pickles.
Yeah,
It's
dill
kind of a big
pickles.
deal. Yeah.
They yeah, they're incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
basically 0 calories. The only thing you really got to be careful with is the sodium,
Sodium,
but
yeah.
if you're doing this, you should be consuming an insane amount of
A
water
ton of water.
anyways.
Ton of water.
So it'll flush that kind of stuff out. But yeah, pickles are unbelievable. I mean, there's so many different varieties. You can get like hot and spicy pickles, butter pickles, dill pickles. I mean, you name it. I've had so
Jumbo
many different brands and
jumbo
types. Yeah,
jumbo
mini
shrimp,
gherkins and
baby shrimp. Yeah. So
little snack cups of them.
so yeah, I'm kind of doing a similar thing, and we'll wrap up the food here and move on to this spreadsheet. And my last thing is like when we both discussed what we were gonna eat, it was like let's not focus on low carb, but it just kind of turns out that eating low calorie is much easier when you're not eating a ton of carbs. So yeah, lean proteins, lean jerky for snacks, nuts and raisins and fruits and vegetables, stuff like that. So anyway, so my goal is I'd like to be 250 apparently, and you would like to be 190. So that's a hefty loss. That's over 100 pounds for both of us, and
Yep.
it looks like so right off the bat, like whenever I diet, I lose a ton, like in the first day or two, and then it just kind of like takes a while to get started. But you can see here, like, yeah, we both kind of had a good start, and then you are just like, man, every day is just like, oh, you actually gained a little bit of weight on that one. But yeah, most days you were just like losing like quarter of a pound, half a pound, pretty steady. I think you're a bit more strict with your diet than I was to start out anyway.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, I stick to it pretty militantly because I think if I'm like, oh, I'll just have one cheat thing, it's like then the whole thing just goes downhill because I just keep trying to justify why it's okay to do that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I cut all that crap out and I stick to very specific things that I've already like pre-chosen
Mm.
right before we started this whole thing.
Yep. And so for those of you, just for my own record and just for anyone who's watching, 405. That's the heaviest I've ever been in my life, and that was another reason I was like, okay, this has got to stop because I'm not. My quality of life is not great, and I did a similar diet that to what I'm doing now about 6 years ago, and I did get down to about 250, and I was so happy, and the back pain went away, and just your feet hurting from when you're standing too long, stuff like that, all just kind of goes away. So, um, yeah. So anyway, I will scroll down here to where we are now, and oh, we also have, just for fun, we have like a note column here. Um, yeah, like I blamed it on my wife that I made some bad decisions on that day apparently. Horse pills. So we are both taking, what are they called? Triad,
or Orange Triad.
orange
Yeah,
triad. Yeah, we're both taking
they're
them.
made by controlled labs. I
They're
used to.
giant horse pills, and you take 6 of them a day, and it's insane. So
Yeah.
yeah, I was, sometimes I just have trouble taking that many pills. It's just hard. I forget, or they just become hard to swallow after a while. So, um, woke up early and worked out. I did that a few days, and then I kind of fell off that wagon. But like, I haven't strayed off my diet, and that's been the important thing. I kind of got stuck here like for quite a while, and the thing I want to just point out is that this is a marathon, like not a sprint. So even though you're weighing in every day, it's really important to not get discouraged when the number is not going down or even higher. Like sometimes it's just weird the way it works. Sometimes my scale bugs out a little, and any anything can cause that. Like Jameson was saying earlier, when you eat pickles, they can absorb the water, and then that's just water weight you're sitting with for a while, or you might have had too much sodium, which is definitely, can be an issue. You want to watch that. Just drink as much water as you can, regardless. Um, so I'm gonna try and start waking up early again to get on the bike, and then after a while, I'm gonna get back in the gym and going for walks and runs outside. Um, I kind of wanted to just focus on the diet to begin with, have that be like phase one, and then phase two, do a little bit of workout in the house, and then phase three will be, yeah, and of course it's snowing today for some reason, even though it was 80 degrees like yesterday. Um, so anyway, I kind of want to do it in phases. Is that kind of how you're doing it too?
Yeah. Well, I mean, granted, the last week the weather was better, but the weather's pretty cold still, and
You like to
being
work
in
out outside?
Michigan. But yeah, and I can't stand doing it indoors. I hate the treadmill. It's just so boring to me. So I run outside, but I also run outside like super early in the morning, so it can be extremely cold.
Mm.
So I'm just been waiting for the weather to kind of swing back, so it's like 50 or 60 in the morning instead of 10 or 20. And once that gets going, then yeah, I'm probably get back into a 5K or 10K routine so I can start exercising in the morning and just kind of weave that into this whole thing. But yeah, typically once that gets added, it's like kind of kickstarts it all over again. Not that, either one of us have been stalling at all.
Not,
There's always
yeah.
little pockets where it slows down, but I mean, we've still been maintaining really good consistency.
Yeah, this last week has been great. Um, you and I both have lost a decent amount. Like I finally broke the 20-pound barrier. But like I've read a lot of different places that 1 to 2 pounds is a healthy per week is a healthy speed, and also that is the speed at which people keep off the weight more successful, like a higher percentage of people. So I'm very happy to be currently around that or above it actually. And yeah, you're definitely killing that. You're at 27.6 pounds lost, and I'm at 21.4. And we have 201 days left to Las Vegas. So I I mean, even if we're only 40, 50 pounds lighter by then, if we slow way down, like that's still a lot of weight to not be carrying around.
That's a ton. I
Yeah,
mean, it's a backpack full of rocks.
for sure. So yeah,
But
this
yeah, I mean it's all about consistency, and like you were saying earlier, it's a marathon. You want to do this for a year or more and just keep at it.
yep.
And then eventually you'll be, especially you, but I mean even myself, will be lighter and it's a lot easier to do the physical activity for longer periods of time. Like I don't care who you are, running at 405 pounds is very difficult. And it's
It's not.
very hard on your knees and your legs and your ankles and your entire body.
You preaching to the
So,
choir.
the less you weigh when you start getting into that, I mean, that's going to be such a significant difference for recovery and just ease of getting back into exercise.
Yeah, for sure. And like we were talking earlier today, and I did the first mow of the season for my lawn, and I did a bunch of yard cleanup and trimming and just lugging trash cans around full of yard waste. And dude, the just being about 19 pounds lighter was insane. The difference in the amount of energy I had and the amount of pain that just wasn't there. So yeah, it's definitely worth doing. So moving forward here, um, do you have a specific day you're trying to notch it up, or are you just feeling it out for when you're like, okay, I have enough energy now, I have a little bit of time, I'm gonna start working out more?
I mean, I don't really have a date specifically. I'm just really waiting for the weather to get warmer. And then
Okay,
once that happens, I'll get my running shoes out and start getting at it.
all right, all right. So, do you do cheat days?
Nope,
I don't either.
cannot do them.
Yeah.
It's
So,
like I said, if I do it, I'll do another, and then another, and then another,
right,
and I'll keep finding ways to justify it. But
yeah.
that's just not gonna help our goals.
I have had like a small amount of something that probably isn't the best, but like that'll be once. It's not a cheat day. It's, you know what? I have like 600 calories left to play with. So, rather than, cook some more chicken, like I'm just going to have, this extra Cliff Bar, or I don't know, a little bit of chocolate or something. But like the other thing too is like I'm completely off soda, like of any kind. I think I had one Monster Zero in the last 48 days, and that was just because like I was really dragging that day, and yeah, work was kind of long, so I needed the extra caffeine. But what I've been doing is just like coffee, um, like a lot of Tim Hortons and stuff like, and then we have a Keurig too. So do you drink coffee, or are you on something? Are you still doing Monsters? Did I lose you? Think I lost him. But anyway, so yeah, I guess this is mostly just you know, a record of where I'm at, and like someone said that it's a good idea to, even if you don't post it for other people to watch, but it's a good idea to post for yourself. And I just thought, you know what, I've been putting up some videos that have been getting a lot of views, and people were inspired by the stuff that I said, mainly the chained echoes video. So like maybe if I can help one person, and someone that's been struggling with your diet, or if you've been just not knowing something you should try that you could stick with. Like so far, this system, having a buddy keep you accountable, and now having a video, you know, for me is another way to keep me accountable, and then having the spreadsheet to clock in at. But like having these results is so huge. Like even if you look up here, like this was like excruciating, because like I'd go from being down 9 pounds to only being down 7 to only being down 6. Like it was just like, man, when is this gonna kick in? But like
Yeah, what's
I knew I couldn't
what's
quit.
crazy with yours is like if you look at the sixth, you were at minus 9.4, and then
Yeah.
you went up for like 4 days,
Yeah.
and then you had a massive down, and then back up, and then down, and then back up. But then on like the 22nd, you had that massive breakthrough, and then it's just been like just losing a ton of weight after that.
Right.
But and that's what I think that's what people like forget. And it's like you were saying, like doing it with a person makes you so much more accountable.
Hmm.
And like I've even seen variations of this where people will make like a friendly wager every week. And it's not like a ton of money, but it's like $5 or something or $10.
Right.
And it just like kind of keeps it competitive and it keeps you like, yeah, I want to win that $10. And then it just, it's one more reason why you stick to it and you don't go to Taco Bell and get the burrito and Baja Blast for lunch or, you know,
I love me some
go
Baja
eat,
Blast.
yeah, go eat some, Buffalo Wild Wings or something. Like, it keeps you just way more focused on the goal. And like you said, like after the results we've already gotten, like I mean, I'm addicted at this point. Like
Yeah.
I feel better. I've got more energy. I can, I'm not sore when I play with my daughter and run around the park with her. Like that's massive.
Hmm.
So, as long as we can keep on the track that we're going, I mean, we're going to be in incredible shape for Vegas. Like we've got still got 200 days left. Day 50 is tomorrow, right?
No, we're on day 48 because
Okay.
the
So, yeah, that's right.
first day is our name. So
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
So yeah, we got 2 days and we're about to hit 50 days.
Yep.
Like that's incredible.
Yeah, and you were mentioning like the whole going out for lunch thing. So this is another big part of what I wanted to talk about today. When you stop eating out and stop snacking so much, and like yes, healthy food can be expensive, but like the amount that I'm eating is lower, so like the amount of groceries I need to buy is lower, and also like I I added up all the times that I was like eating out regularly. Like I would eat out almost every single day at lunch. And like so say we go to B Dubs, right? And we get the lunch special. It's like $11 plus you tip like $4. So you're spending $15, and that was kind of like par for the course. So $15 times 5 days a week times 4 weeks is 20, and so I took all that money, added that up, minus what I'm spending on my food, and I saved $655.18 last month alone.
Yeah, I mean,
So
eating out is yes, it's convenient, but it's also insanely expensive.
it adds up
Plus,
so fast.
another thing that you don't even mention is it kind of wastes time. Like you have to travel to the place and get the food, or you have to travel to the place, sit down, make your order, wait for the food to get there. Like when you're packing lunches, like, I'm reading on lunch or, maybe playing some video poker or whatever, but like you have
Right.
more time. Like you have, whatever your lunch break is, 30 minutes most places, ours is an hour, but that's more time to do something else. Like you could even get a short exercise in during your lunch because you're not eating out anymore and you're bringing your lunch. So all you got to do is get it out of your lunch bag or get it out of the fridge. And then,
That's a good
on
point.
top of it, you're saving all that money. So it's like
Yeah.
you're saving money, time, and you're eating healthier. It's a win-win-win.
Yeah, the money saved is just out of this world, and that's a good point too. Is you can like once it gets warmer. I mean, it was snowing today, but like I'll eat my lunch and then I mean we have a big facility that I can walk around. So I can go for a walk and get some more steps in. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just being more active is huge. Like if you look today, I lost. This is the big. I think besides the first day, this is the biggest amount of weight I lost in one day. Right? It was like just about 2 pounds.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty
Yeah.
close to the highest.
And on Saturday, so this is Monday, Sunday, Saturday right here. that day I spent the entire day being active. Like we did all the yard work all morning long. Then I grilled and made lunch, and then we went to Ann Arbor and we were walking around U of M campus. We went to Pinball Pete's, playing pinball. Like I'm on my feet, I'm moving around, and then we went and got dinner. I got some chicken at this little and a smoothie at this place near Pinball Pete's, and then we did more walking, and then we drove home. And by the time the next exact day, I was the same weight, which this is great because like I wasn't gaining weight these days, but it was staying the same. So like that felt good to me because like this whole time it's like lose a pound, gain half a pound, lose half a pound, gain a quarter pound, like gain it right back. And but like here it stayed the same, and then it finally like dropped down. So yeah, definitely pairing the high activity level or higher activity level and with the making good decisions has really helped. So yeah, I think that this is cool, and we can try and do this like I don't know every 2 weeks or once a month or something, just to I mean this way I have like video proof of where I'm at, and the accountability's there. And then I hope 6 months to a year from now, or like right before the Vegas trip, we kind of like go back and like look at this stream, and you can like see my face being skinnier and my body, or whatever, like it'd be
Dude, your clothes, like I've already noticed my clothes, like dude, I'm cranking my belt at this point.
yeah.
Like
My
and
pants definitely feel looser, and the other day when I zipped my hoodie up, like it didn't pull on my stomach or my sides. So I am noticing, just at 20 pounds, there's a difference. So yeah,
yeah,
I
and
got
it's only gonna get bigger. So,
yeah.
that's another reason to not eat out because you're gonna have to spend all that money on new clothes.
And it's more money for Vegas, baby.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
But yeah, I mean, like you said, I hopefully someone, even if it's one person, sees or listens to this because it's difficult to get started and it's difficult to come up with a plan and execute that plan and stick with it. And I think, over the years, I felt like I've like distilled how to lose weight efficiently and over time, and I think we really just kind of nailed all the major points. So hopefully
mhm.
it's easy for people to follow along. Like, point
Yeah.
one, find a buddy to do it with. Point two, set up your meals ahead of time and understand what you're eating.
Mhm.
And the smaller points are stop eating out and try and exercise more and weigh in and hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, none
I
of
mean,
this none of this is like an exact thing because everyone's different. And like some people need a little bit more calories than others. And like you were saying the other day, like some people for a living slide lumber, and they're on their feet all day. So like they probably can get away with eating, 2400, 2600 calories or whatever if they're, a bigger person like me, or like, but it's the main idea is just like make the plan and try to stick to it. And if you like fall off a little bit, don't it's not a cheat day. Like don't give up on the day. Still weigh in the next day and do better. Like that's really all there is to it. I mean, it's not this huge secret, or and we're not, there's no miracle pill. I mean, we're taking vitamins that
yeah,
supplements.
and that's mostly just because, in the event that you happen to not be eating enough different food types,
Right.
that helps supplement something you might be missing because like maybe you're not getting enough zinc
Zinc
or
or iron or
potassium,
yeah.
or whatever.
Right.
So like that's like my catch-all where, just in case you're deficient somewhere, that'll help.
Right.
And those pills also help with like joints and other stuff, which are, things I feel like we both struggle with. But
Yeah, and
and
that
to your point, like we have desk jobs. I
mhm.
mean, well, yours not as much as mine, but I sit down almost all day. Like
Right.
I'm in meetings or I'm in my chair and I don't walk around or I'm not as active, not nearly as active as I used to be, and I'm not even close to most other people at their jobs.
Right.
Like I'm not on my feet. So, I have to be a bit more careful with what I eat if I'm not going to have super high activity levels.
Right.
But, your body kind of adjusts to it. Like you'll understand it, and like if you're feeling kind of slow and sluggish or you're tired or something, like, you might be hungry and you need to eat more and up your calories. But, I think everybody will get a feel for it once they understand, like, oh, okay, I get it. This is how much I need to make sure that I'm getting through the day and
Mm-hmm.
I'm eating enough to actually have enough energy to do what I need to do.
Yeah, and two things about that. If you're feeling hungry, that you just mentioned. One, eat pickles. Like they're an appetite suppressor. They 0 calories. I mean, they're crunchy. It's something to munch on. And then two, if I feel like I'm like really hungry, I go and I slam an entire glass of water. Like
Yep.
because
100%.
a lot of times you think you're hungry, but you're actually thirsty. And
Yep.
once you drink the water, you don't feel nearly as hungry anymore. So, and like you should be drinking a lot of water anyway. So, and again, like just a disclaimer, we're not nutritionists, we're not doctors or anything like that. I'm just saying what's working for us and the things that I've heard from nutritionists and like a professional that I had hired at one point when I plateaued at one point. I think I was around 320 pounds and like I just could not get past it. And I went and saw the nutritionist and I did something very similar to what I'm doing now. It was pretty strict though. And yeah, I got down to from 320 to 250 in just a couple months. Like it broke through the plateau and it really sped things up because I was also going to the gym every day and running a lot. So yeah, the cardio and the nutrition, and just the keeping the calories low enough that you're at a deficiency every day really, really speeds up the metabolism. Speaking of which, I'm 39, and yeah, you are too now, right? Or no, not till September.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. So 38 and 39, our metabolism is just crap, and like we're doing it. So hopefully in 2 weeks, so we'll be somewhere down here. Like the number will be, something like I don't know, 374. That's kind of a
Yeah.
lofty
Probably
goal.
somewhere around there.
Yeah, and you'd be at like 58, something like that. The pace you're taking. That I mean that's pretty optimistic, but still, let's see
That's
what.
what you want to do. You got to be optimistic. You
Yeah.
got to hope for the best and see what happens.
Yep. All right, cool. So I think we're gonna wrap it up there, and yeah, let's try to do this again in 2 weeks.
All right. Sounds good.
See you guys.